Today we're going to smoke some salmon. I know you all love smoked products in Romania. You can buy some nicely smoked salmon in the shop, which is cold smoked salmon. But we're going to use a smoker on the stove. So we're going to smoke our salmon in our kitchen. First thing we have to do is to prepare the salmon. We're going to marinate, cure the salmon to give it extra flavor, extra taste. Otherwise you only have the taste of the smoke, and the salmon itself is quite fade, so you have to add extra taste. We start off with some rind of lemon, not too much, just for a little lemon taste and bitterness in the preparation. We chop it up very finely. There is a lot of oil coming out, oil which gives a little bitterness, so it's slightly better to cut your lemon. What we need is coarse salt, a little sugar, black pepper, which is crushed, not too fine, but just crushed, and dill tops, which are chopped. So first we put in the salt, a good pinch of sugar, not too much, otherwise it gets too sweet. Pepper, you can go well on the pepper, it gives a nice taste, and dill, something like this, and of course the lemon to finish off. We mix. We prepared now our mixture for the marinade. We take a nice piece of salmon from the back of the salmon, so it's a nice firm texture, and we cut portions about 80 to 100 grams, depending on the type of preparation you want to make for a starter or main course. For main course, of course, you make bigger portions. We put in our salmon like this, and we cover it with our marinade. And this goes into the fridge for about an hour. After half an hour you turn it and you mix it again, so you make sure all the salmon is nicely covered with the marinade. Our salmon is now cured, marinated for about 1 hour in the fridge, and you can see already that the structure is changing. What happens is the salt and the sugar is actually cooking the surface of the salmon. So if now you want to fry or smoke the salmon, all the juices will stay in, because the outer layer of the salmon is closed by the salt and the sugar. So what we have to do now is we wash off properly the excess marinade, because we don't want that in our smoker, and we dry the salmon pieces on a piece of paper. Dry it off with extra paper, like this. We're now ready to start the smoking process. So we put on the smoker on our stove on a moderate to high heat, so you really heat very good the pan, the bottom of the pan. Very important, of course, is you take out the chamber who is responsible for the diffusion of the smoke, and the grill where you put your ingredients on. So take that out before you start preheating your pan, otherwise it's too hot to take it out afterwards. We preheat the pan. We keep the lid nicely closed, so all the heat will stay in. We check again if our pan is hot enough. You can see now the water droplets literally dancing around. This is the time the pan is hot enough. So we prepare the salmon now for the smoking. Just a little oil on the salmon to prevent it from sticking on the griddle later on. Just a little oil, brush it on, not too much. We have wood chips. This is beech wood, which is a very light wood and a very tasty. So depending on the taste you want for the smoked salmon, the finished product, you put in 1 to 2 tablespoons of wood. You see it starts burning immediately. Smoke chamber. The grill for our ingredients. And we put on the salmon directly on the grill. We keep it in the center, so if any liquid comes out, it will fall on the chamber and it will not burn. We close the lid and we wait for 2 to 3 minutes until the pan is hot enough so we can turn down the temperature. Okay? The trick is, of course, to keep this closed as long as possible. The more you open it, the taste, the smoke taste, will evaporate and you will lose a lot of taste. The smoking process is now started off. As we can see, the smoke is appearing. The lid is hot enough, so this is the time we reduce the heat until, let's say, 20 to maximum 30%. So we're really going to smoke on a low heat. It's a slow process, and for these pieces of salmon, this kind of salmon, we smoke for about, let's say, 7 to 10 minutes maximum, so it stays very juicy on the inside. The salmon is completely cooked now, like you can see, nice color from the smoke, and you can take out the nice pieces of salmon and you put them on a plate. It's a very nice starter to serve with a salad, nice salad with some nut oil, or you can use this for main course with a light sauce, not too heavy sauce because there's a lot of taste in the salmon. As you can see, it's very important to put the salmon right in the middle. If the juice comes out, it doesn't fall into the wood, so there's no steam formed, otherwise you have steamed salmon and not smoked salmon. Okay? Bon appétit!